Yo, what's up everybody? We're gonna start this video off with an unboxing. Basically, it's 2 in the morning here in Florida. I'm going to Phoenix in a couple hours. Your boy graduated grad school. So yeah, man. So to start off this vlog, I need to get into vlogging. I'm one of those people who's like still getting used to the nuance of carrying a camera and speaking to myself and the idea of everyone thinking I look crazy. But we're getting past that. Bought myself some t-shirts. First one is a Fear of God essential tee. I know this is groundbreaking, trust me. Yeah, man. I'm a clearance shopper. These bad boys are like 20 pop. So yo, what whatchamacallit? That's that. Heather gray. Regular black. But man, I'm just super tired right now, and this is like the only thing keeping me up if I just stay busy. But yeah, this is the beginning of the vlog. We are finna go to Arizona, walk across the stage. You guys are coming with me. We just hit 80 subscribers. Let's go. Made it in the lovely place of Arizona. Can't believe I'm really finna graduate with this junk. It wasn't hard, but it was tedious. You guys are probably wondering about the hotel view. Let me share it with you guys. As you can see, look at that bad boy. Look, that's what you call a VIP. MBA, we're going big. Nothing less, nothing more. Man, just getting that work in, man. Might as well. I mean, today feels like a surreal feeling, not gonna lie to y'all. Started this program 2 years ago. And when you first start with anything, you're kind of like, 2 years in school after just getting your bachelor's. You kind of are like, man, I gotta go back to school, even though I just graduated. And you know, it's kind of like, it's like, bro, another 2 years, but it actually went by pretty quick, I'm not gonna lie. The long nights. Even when I was in Arizona, when I was out here by myself for the first year of the program, I was just like going through it. But now it's almost over, so it just goes to show the indomitable human spirit. I'm not even gonna lie, this workout is ass. I'm just trying to hit all the vocal points. I gotta wear this suit tomorrow. Right now I'm doing cardio. I'm riding it, pause. I think the biggest thing I learned from this is no matter what you do, I always gotta give glory to God. He's the biggest inspiration. And as long as I walk with him, I'm always gonna be good. And everything I have, all my blessings, are because of the man above. And as long as I remember that, I always come out on top. Very blessed. This is after the workout. Still a tubby. Just walk around this city, man, and thinking about how last year when I was out here, I didn't know anybody. I was just done with college. I was like depressed, hating my life. Now we're back to get the trophy. Crazy how quick time goes by.
Like gadgets.
Blessings on behalf of Jeff. Fly high, Jeff, you know. Oh, that day was crazy. When I heard the news, I couldn't even believe it. Our man's called. He was like, oh, he fell off the train. He hit his head. It was bad. Bro, we were just hoping he was okay for real. When I saw the news later that night, they told me that he passed away. I was just crying. I couldn't believe it at all because that was really my closest friend. And he was the coolest friend I ever had. Like, he was funny, laughing. Whenever he needed me, I always pull up on him. Like, that shit was just sad. He was down for anything too. Richie was talking about everything. We lost two. Our friend Kayvon also, he died surfing the Williamsburg. But thank God we quit that shit. We don't do that shit anymore. Whatever y'all see right now, that's only for today. For those that still do it, they need to stop. It's not even cool anymore. It's not worth your life.
Okay, so they said they're gonna go on a run. I'm gonna follow them under the train. I'm obviously gonna stay in the train. This stuff makes me really nervous. I mean, there's a lot of parallels between this and the Kia Boys to me. Let's see how this goes. So we'll see you after this mission. What's going through your head right now?
Right now, a lot of good things definitely. It was beautiful just now. Just being on top of there, it looked beautiful from that sunset, definitely.
What influenced you starting this in the first place?
I had a past family member of mine who did it at one point, and I kind of picked it up from him, technically speaking.
Can we get these guys and get out of here? Can we get out of here? Let's go.
We're just worried about the cost of it. We're not gonna get, arrested, be 18 and shit. Definitely. Sexual bookings is not pretty. Being in a jail cell is definitely not pretty. Seen a lot of shit there.
Have you guys gotten locked up or doing this before?
Yeah, you have? I've been locked up. I only got locked up once just for surf. We were surfing like in Brooklyn, and we got caught up because there was cops at the station. We tried to like get low. I ran on the tracks, but we see like the cops was at the next station just waiting for us, and then they
Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's me, the Wayne Biggs, and basically this part of the video is basically me just talking about my experience with my masters. Basically this whole vlog that you guys just watched is essentially just a week leading up to it, kind of what I was doing in Phoenix, and then so I'll just go ahead and get right into it. Basically, when I finished my undergrad at Florida State, I got in humanities. I mean, I'm not gonna lie and act like I'm some know-it-all or a genius, but at the end of the day, my experience entering the job market, I mean, I did have some pretty decent jobs. The jobs I'm working out now is pretty decent, and that was off the muscle of being a Florida State graduate and having a bachelor's, regardless. But at the same time, my degree was in humanities, which is basically an art degree, and some would say basically a a useless degree. But that is honestly subjective because no degree is useless, because at the end of the day, your network is your net worth, and connections alone can kind of help you bypass that, which was very fortunate in my case. Once I got my my undergraduate degree, I went out to Arizona right after graduation. I was bartending, managing bars for at least 5 years, and I just wanted out of that industry. It's an amazing industry. Bartending in college was an amazing time. I had a great time, a lot of experiences, lifelong friends that I still keep in contact with today. I just wanted something more stable, better hours, etc. It's a very fast lifestyle, and as everyone that works in the nightlife industry, it could really burn you out. After 5 years, I just realized that I wanted more, and that's nothing against people that are still in that industry. One of my best friends is still in that industry, and he makes a killing, and he's very blessed and fortunate, and he loves it, and that's just for him. But for me personally, I was just like, it's just not for me anymore. Like I'm on to the next thing. I'm like that with most of the things I do. After a while, I'll get bored, or I just kind of want change. Once I feel complacent, or if I reach the ceiling somewhere, I'm not someone to just sit there and just eat up a check, I guess you could say. But anywho, get a nice job, decent job, but I just feel like I could do more. I'm 28. I started my MBA, I want to say a year and some change ago, and I just realized that at the end of the day, my parents have always beat into me mentally, physically, that you should always better yourself and you should always want more. So I had the opportunity to get my MBA while working. I did the online program. They did have a physical in-person program, but like I said, I've always had a job. I always worked, and I just wanted to get my experience up because anyone that's leaving the industry knows how hard it is to enter the corporate world when the majority of your experience is in the nightlife industry, because they say it's not a real job or a corporate job, which is BS to me, because at the end of the day, they pay real money and you cash out. But yeah, so I went to school just like to kind of better my, skill set, because at the end of the day, your resume is basically your lifeline into getting a higher positioning job. The job I'm at right now is perfect. I love them to death. And they've been real good to me, and I'm very thankful to have been fortunate to get hired with them. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to want to try to better myself and be better. And I do see myself staying with this company in the long run. But with that being said, I just wanted to better myself, because at the end of the day, you could just sit there and be complacent and feel like you kind of reached your peak, or at the end of the day, you could go out and go for more. And that's something my father has always taught me. So with that being said, I went. It wasn't that hard. It was hard, but it was more or less, how do you say, I would say a gist of it was the math part. If you're like me who struggles with math, I can see how it can be challenging when it comes to formulas, asset ratios, basically, like I'm not an Excel warrior. I hate Excel. I wouldn't say I'm not good with numbers, because I believe that you could be good at anything as long as you train for it. But I will say I know my strong suits, and I know where I'm not the strongest at, and that is mathematical problems. Always been a more area that needed more polishing, that I would say, and this program basically challenged me with that. Writing has never been a problem for me. If you like writing, or if you're able to read like something and be able to just write an entire page about it, I've always been able to just read something about 1, 2, or 3 times, get the general concept, and then just put it into my own words and just write. I've always been a good reader. I've always been a good writer. Not the best speller, but I could for sure. I'm pretty confident in my ability to write and read. Once again, my parents. Excuse me. So yeah, the program lasted about a year and some change. It all depends. I mean, with any program, you could double up on courses. Usually MBA takes about 2 years. Some people it takes a year and 6 months. Some people it takes 1 year. It varies based on your school. What I would suggest is, before you choose your school, make sure they're nationally accredited. What that basically means is that it is nationally recognized that your school is actually eligible. Like, this degree is eligible everywhere, instead of maybe just, it's not region locked. Basically, wherever you take it, it's accepted, as in that it is considered an actual achievement in education or your scholarly demands. I've known some people who went and got their MBA online at a program that wasn't nationally accredited. This often happens with some private schools or some schools that aren't nationally ranked. I won't elaborate on that. If you want to dig in that, go ahead. It's a bunch of Reddits tied into that. But at the end of the day, I've never been in a position where someone asked me about my education. They said, oh, you got your degree here? Because I do have an AA and I have a degree before that, whatever. But me personally, I have never been in a situation where someone was basically like, oh, you got your degree from here, or oh, you're doing this with that, or like I've never had that. If someone does that, they're probably uppity and whatever. Like, it is what it is. You got it. It's more about actually taking on a goal and doing it. And that's what I had with this. I mean, I was pretty straight off with my bachelor's, but at the same time, I just wanted more. And like, I just knew I had the ability to go do it. And if I didn't do it, it would only be something that I would look back on in a couple of years and just be like, you kind of just wasted the opportunity. You know, as I'm getting older in my 30s, there's just a lot of things that I want to knock out. And honestly, the program wasn't challenging until we got to the math part. The math part was really having its way with me. No pun intended. It was just theories. A huge thing was mathematical theories, profit loss. I know it sounds simple, like, okay, if you have $2,000 and your company has a surplus of $1,000, like it's like, dog, it's like, okay, federal regulation taxes and then your stocks and then your commodity stocks, and like, it was OD, bro. It was honestly OD. A lot of nights, like I said, I'm really good at reading and writing. No problem at all. I could do that all day and honestly do my thing. If you put a paper in front of me, if you say, yo, Wayne, read these 3 pages and make me a 10-page paper on it, I'm your guy. I could write. It's basically like Picasso on that thing. Like, I have no problem doing that. And I did get cocky because at the very beginning of the program, a lot of it is reading concepts, reading theories, reading business strategies, breaking it down, scholarly articles, discussion posts. If you're in school, you know what a DQ is, and you know you have to post it at midnight and you have to reply to these 2 people. It is the dumbest concept, but I feel like for some reason every school uses it, and it's the same thing in grad school. But that wasn't honestly not the hardest problem. Like a 300-word DQ, and then 3 responses on someone else's DQ, basically just getting engagement. Whatever. Now, when it came to math, that's what whipped me, and plus the tests are proctored. Usual MBA programs, the tests are proctored, even if it's online. If they're not recording you while you're taking the test, then they're going to screen lock you and honor lock you. So you really have to know the material. Even like the homework, it was tough because basically you only get 3 shots, and it's basically like McGraw-Hill, and you have to input it exactly how it's supposed to be. I mean, some of them, like, I had to eat a bullet and just get murked on it and like get like a D and just be like, I'm gonna make it back on the writing portions. But yeah, that was pretty much like the biggest road. Was the math problem, was like the math formulas and whatnot. Nothing crazy. But yeah, that was honestly the only part. Other than that, I mean, it sounds like a hill, and like if you like a challenge, then this is for sure something you should do. But I do know a lot of people like kind of like look at it as in like I'm not really going to need it. But if you have the opportunity, like I was very fortunate in my situation. I don't really come for money like that, but at the time, I did come into some money that helped pay for it. You know, glory to God, I'm very fortunate for the opportunity that was given to me, so I took it. Now, the biggest thing now is, now that I acquired this MBA or this piece of paper, what am I going to do with it? Honestly, I don't want to speak too soon or too early on it. All I can really say is that, you know, it was another challenge that I accomplished, that I overcame. All glory to God, obviously. Without God, none of this would have been possible. Without His guidance, no matter how I did, the ends justified the means, and I'm very thankful for it. Now, it's on me on how I use it to up my myself in the corporate ladder, how I use it to enter certain rooms, how do I jump to the next level, or maybe I go the PhD route, or maybe I go the law school route. I don't know for sure yet, but I do know that it has already opened certain doors for me, and I'm very blessed for that. With that being said, you know, I wish I would have done it sooner, but like once I said, when you're in the nightlife industry, it kind of consumes you, whether that's good or bad. Anyone that's been in it knows that if you lean to the left too hard, it will take you. Lean to the right too hard, it will take you. So I just wish I would have got out of the nightlife industry sooner and knocked it out sooner compared to 28. I could have knocked this out when I was 25, but once again, I was bullshitting, you know, like I was partying a lot. Just really thought I was running shit. I thought I was the man, you know. And then it's like not till you get older that you realize, okay, like the next level in life isn't this, it's this. Until you really see it firsthand, like, okay, like you think your bar status, because you're bartending, you're making like a couple hundred to $1,000 a weekend. that's fine. But then when you enter certain areas and you see what really is the next level, that's when you're like, okay, how do I get here? And that's what led me to my MBA. And I mean, I'm very happy that I acquired it, and I know I'm already using it to go to that next level. But it's just, once again, the timing. You know, the only thing that's beating me up about it is I didn't do it sooner. It was hard, but honestly, we made it through. And that what I learned from it is that I don't give myself enough credit when I could do a lot more than I already am doing, and I'm just trying to be more accountable to myself and not just thinking and overthinking something. I should just do it. Before I even took this MBA program, I was just in my head like, bro, like I can't do it. When I was in my undergraduate, Spanish 1 through 3 almost made me drop out. I flunked out of community college. I didn't flunk, but I felt, once again, pre-algebra and algebra 1. I was basically like, bro, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm stupid as shit. Like, I can't even pass algebra. I can't even pass Spanish. Like, bro. But once again, man, it's just beating yourself up, beating down on yourself. And then, like, once you get past that, like, if you don't do it, you 100% know the answer. You 100% know that if you don't go do this, you are for sure not going to get it. I'd rather go, fail, and be like, hey, at least I tried. And be like, I could have tried harder. But at the end of the day, I'd rather go try and fail than to just sit in the crib and just be like, damn, like that's not for me. Like, you got to shoot your shot regardless, bro, like no matter what. And that's what this taught me. Like, I could do a lot more than I can once I did it. Like, as you can see in this video earlier, walked across the stage and I was just like, I never would imagine, bro, like when I was in like high school, middle school, like when I was a little kid, bro, like even asked my mom, like they thought like, cause like I had like sleeping problems and attention problems. They tried to put me on medicine. Nothing against that, of course. Like, I completely understand that people do have ADHD and that's a very serious thing, so it's mental health. But they tried to put me on medicine and stuff like that. My mom was like, no, like he's just himself, leave him alone. They were like, he's not gonna go to college, he's not gonna get a trade. And they were telling me that as like a little kid, like, bro. And to like see where I'm at now, and like my mom like crying, like they told me that you had autism and that you were like slightly like had signs of retardation, and like, bro, I just got my MBA, like, bro. And it's just like the things you put in your mind don't define you. Like, your actual actions are what define you. What you do actually defines you, bro. And no matter what anyone says, no one says, does, or anything, it's on you. You could blame whoever you want. You could blame yourself for overthinking. You could blame the world for not giving you a chance. You make these things happen. Like, it's all in your head. Your thoughts don't define you. Your thoughts come and go. Your actions, what you actually do, how you attack the situation, how you proceed is what is going to get you going, bro. And I wish I just would have told myself that sooner. I would have got this done sooner. But like, once again, like I'm letting other people's thoughts, other people's ideas of who they think I am get in my way and believing in the shit they're saying. So my only thing with the MBA was I should have done it sooner. I should have believed in myself more. Got out a lot quicker, because like after it happened, I was just sitting there like, bro, like I never would have thought that like I would make it this far in like the academia level. And like the MBA wasn't like one of like the top target schools or whatever, but it was what was best for my situation, and it's already benefiting me in my situation, and that's all I could ask. But at the end of the day, I completely understand like people are like, oh, if you don't get your MBA from the top 25 schools, then like me personally, bro, like I know I'm a sharpshooter. I know if I get in that room, I know I'm killing it. So like I don't need to have like some grand like doctoral, like, bro, like I know I'm confident, bro. I'm confident. I know where I'm going. I know if you open up that door when I leave out that fucker, like, bro, I'm taking everything I want. And some people they need that like Yale, Harvard, all that stuff to get in the room, bro. But to like position themselves, I just need you to know like, hey, I achieved this. This is my story. Rags to riches. If you give me this shot, I'm gonna take it. If you give me this shot, I'm gonna make it worth your while. And that's how I've always proceeded with anything, and I've always accomplished what I tried. I've never really been amazing or super great or super talented, but like when it comes like to like hard work or dedication or consistency, I'm the guy who's like, you might be more talented than me, but like, man, like when talent doesn't work hard work beats talent. I've always been like the hard worker. Like if I put my mind to it, I'm starting to realize that like, and like, you know, I should have believed this when I was way younger, but once again, like people putting their titles on you and trying to decredit you, talking about like, well, you're this, you're that, and like, man, you don't know what I am. You don't know what I'm gonna accomplish. Even my family today is just like, out of all the kids, like in my generation, they're always like, out of all of them, I never would have thought it would be you be the first one to graduate. I never thought it would be you to get the MBA. Like we honestly thought, like we never expected it to be you. Like I was never like the golden goose or the one they bet the horses on. I was loved my family always had a heart for me, but as a child, like I didn't show the signs of like super talent or super this. Like I was always on my dolo shit, like just being me. I mean, some people call it weird or whatever, but man, I was always just on my own grind, on my own time, and it all worked out in the end. Like I have a nice car, I have a nice crib, I like clothes. Like I'm not ever in the need for want. Like anything I could go get. Like I'm very fortunate, I'm very blessed, and these things are all through God and all through His gifts. But at the same time, like they thought I'd be working at Home Depot. Now, I'm not saying like it's a bad job, but they thought I'd been working at like a dead-end job at like Dollar Tree or something like that, because they just didn't think I had the mental aptitude for it. But for me to surpass, like, not everybody, but like to break generational curses and like those things they put on you, like to beat those, man, it's just crazy. And like even as I look back on this vlog and just looking at these moments, I'm like, I'm really that guy. Like to me, I am, and I understand completely that like you might not view that about me, but I just want you to know that to you, in your story, you're the main character. You are the leader. You're the hero. If you want to be the villain, you can be the villain, but like just don't crash out. Don't be no weird shit, twin. But what I'm trying to tell you is, bro, is whatever you put your mind to, you are the hero of your story. You're that guy to you. I might not be that guy to you, and that's fine, but to me, I understand that I am that guy, and even in the days I don't believe it, I still have to believe it, because it's my story. When it's all said and done, these things that I'm accomplishing, they're going to tell these stories in my family forever, because I was the first one to do it. And man, like as I'm thinking back on it, I'm just like, dang, I should have done it sooner. And now I'm just like, I never would have thought like I'd be at this age being like, should I do law school? Should I get my PhD? I'm just like, what's next? But what more can I do? Like, how much more rank can I get, you know? And you guys should apply that with anything in life. Like, no, whether it's like in welding school or whatever goal you're trying to accomplish, I'm trying to say is just start it. Just do it. Like, I really like this YouTube stuff. Like, I'm not like the #1 content creator or like whoop-de-whoop, but I just really enjoy it. I like recording myself. I look at myself. I like hearing myself speak. It's just like a good mental on like where I'm at in life with these video logs and whatever, man. I'm just happy to even start it. And I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid. I'm just like, bro, like, why haven't I started it? Like, even if I don't get a bunch of followers or anything like that, like, at least, like I said, at least I tried. And I like it. Like, I'm going to keep going. I like the consistency of it. It's a general hobby I like to do. And as I'm getting older, I've noticed that hobbies, like, really start to, you know, really start to become more important. Because if you don't have a good, healthy hobby, then you start, you know, leading into other things, which is a whole other video for a whole other day. But once again, man, final notes. I'm proud of myself for finishing my MBA. I'm thankful and I'm blessed and I'm on to the next goal, man. And I'm so gracious to God for all He does for me. And I just wish you guys have the same glory and the same ability to accomplish your goals, and I want you guys to grow. And I'm so thankful for all I have, and I wish you guys on your journey, on whatever you're trying to achieve, I hope you guys reach the same level I'm at right now and how I feel with my life. I hope you guys reach that same level of like, what can I do next? What's the next thing I'm gonna tackle? Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm proud of myself, and I'm just gonna use this MBA to go to the next level. And I guarantee what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep shooting. I'm gonna keep hitting. And I wish you guys the same, man. And yeah, man, that's been a live update with me, Wayne Biggs. We're gonna keep dropping meme reactions. We're just gonna keep these shorts going, man. And yeah, man, vlogs and etc. I'm trying to get into it, but I'm still a little awkward with it, and that's another thing, like getting over that awkwardness with the camera. But yeah, man, I wish you guys the best and keep doing y'all. Comment below what y'all think. Comment below like whatever you guys are going through or whatever you guys are like pondering about, and we could just yap together in the comments, just yapping. It's me, the Wayne Biggs, your host. Peace.